I am discuss about disaster management when the situation is out of control by means that any governing bodies like human like nature, then they are called disaster. Then they are called, these conditions is called disaster conditions. Disaster management have a major part, that is the droughts. Droughts is a very severe conditions in India as well as total completely globe. Droughts is usually dryness of soil resulting in crop failure and water from shortage of water for other purposes, other uses. The cause of significantly lower rainfall when where droughts are present. Droughts when the rainfall is lower rainfall than the average rainfall over complete annual complete annual periods. The hot dry winds, high temperatures, and consequently evaporations of moisture from the ground can contribute to conditions of droughts. This conditions is called as a droughts. Droughts in droughts studies are important because of their influence on the society and the economy of any nation. Extensive literature is available on droughts with respect to definitions, methods of analysis, and management procedures. An attempt in this direction of drought thoughts would certainly help one to understand the natural process of droughts for further work. The definition of droughts the definition of droughts classification based on the influential factors, parameters affecting droughts. Different droughts assessment procedures available, studies based on remote sensing, GIS mapping, and multi criteria analysis are covered. Okay. Droughts is a disastrous natural phenomena, not a physical or man-made phenomena. It is a natural phenomena. Even though it has scores of many definitions, it originates from a deficiency of precipitations over an extended period of time, usually a season or more. This deficiency results in a water shortage for some activities, group or environmental sectors. Droughts is also related to the timing of precipitations. Other climatic factors such as high temperature, high wind, and low relative humidity are often associated with droughts. Now, some definitions of the droughts. Droughts is viewed in a different way by different constituency of water users. Droughts definitions are of two types, with conceptual and operationals. Okay. Well known some historical droughts includes, we know, that is the 1900 India killing between 2 lakhs 50,000 to 3 lakhs 25,000 peoples. 1921 to 22, Soviet Union, in which over 5 million prisoners persons from starvations due to droughts. 1928 to 30, north northwest China, resulting in over 3 million deaths by famine. 1936 and 1941, Sichuan provinces, that is the China, resulting in 5 million and 2.5 million deaths respectively. In 1997 to 2009, millennium droughts in Australia. This epicenter is the Australia. Later, water supply crisis across much of the country, over countries. Many peoples are going to the deaths. Many peoples going to the die. In 2006, Sichuan province, China, let's again experience its worst droughts in modern times, with nearly 8 million peoples and over 7 million cattle facing water shortage. It is a very critical conditions. 12-year droughts that was devastating Western Australia. Next, South Australia, Victoria and Northern Tasmania was very severe without historical precedents. In 2011, the state of Texas, many people died in the condition of droughts. Okay, the heat waves are produces in the condition of droughts. Now computational of the droughts. That is, the computational conceptual definitions helps to understand the meaning of droughts and its effects. For example, that is, the drought is a protected period of deficient precipitations which caused extensive damage to crops, resulting in loss of yield. These definitions are normally ways do not provide quantitative answers to when, how long, how severe droughts are there. Now, that is, the operational definitions helps to identify the droughts beginning in the and degree of severity. To determine the beginning of droughts, operational definitions specify the degree of departure from the precipitations or average over some time period. This is usually accomplished by comparing the current situation with the historical average, and operational definitions for agriculture may compare daily precipitation to evapotranspirations to determine the rate of soil moisture depletions and express these relationships in terms of droughts effects on plant behavior. Okay, such definitions, however, require weather related data on hourly is where here hourly, daily, monthly or other time scales, and possibly impacts data. For example, crop yield varied. That is, the definition depends upon the influential factor used of droughts are seen in the literature, which can be grouped below as below. Now, number one is the precipitation based on drought definitions. Second one is the evapotranspiration based drought definitions. And third one is the stream flow based drought definitions. Next one is the soil moisture based drought definitions, and next one is the last one is the vegetation based drought definitions. The all types of definitions is depends on the particular situations. The groups 1 and 2 refers to meteorological drought conditions. Okay, first and second group, that is the evapotranspiration and precipitation based. This is the meteorological droughts. And the third group refers to hydrological droughts, that is the no river flow, no rain occur in that season, rainy season are not properly work. And fourth condition is five condition is refers to the agricultural types of the droughts. The definition in each of the above aspects are reviewed in the following sections. That is the many viewer researchers to research in these types of drafts like Hayat, Bloomstock, Kondra, Ramdas and Malik 1948, Kondra 1944. According to Ramdas 1960 define the droughts when the actual seasonal rainfall is less. Actual seasonal rainfall is less by more than twice the mean deviation. According to Palmer 1965 defined the drought as a situation when the actual rainfall is less than the rainfall which is climatically appropriate for the existing condition. Okay. National Commissions on Agriculture 1965, which is another definitions defined. And as seen above, the period of droughts at deficiency level by which the assessment in made vary from person to person and country to country, different place to different place. It is vary. The literature here does not lead one to the definite understanding as to how exactly a meteorological droughts can be assessed, both in duration as well as in its level. Also, a small periods such as hours, days and weeks may be insignificant and irrelevant in the context of droughts whose influence is felt over a longer period. Okay. Now, evapotranspiration has been considered in a limited way for defining droughts as compared to the precipitation. Thornthwaite 1948 has used this factor and defined through drought as a condition in which the amount of water needed for transpiration and direct evaporation exceeds the available soil moisture. The potential evaporation depends upon the climatic and vegetative factors. Actual evapotranspiration depends on the availability of soil moisture, which is turn depends on the amount of precipitation and soil characteristics. The concept of evapotranspiration is relevant only during the period when vegetation is growing actively. Now, different researchers, different types define. Now, agricultural droughts. Agricultural droughts generally defined as the deficiency of soil moisture to meet the crop water requirement. World Meteorological Organization in 1975 defined the drought as the deficiency of soil moisture with respect to the plant behavior, perhaps for a specific crops. Van Bavel and Verlinden 1956 defined the drought as a day on which the available soil moisture was depleted to some small percentage of available capacity. Okay, this is the above many definitions of the drafts, many aspects of the drafts. Now next one is the very important things is the normalized difference vegetation index. It can be calculated in the percentage. This is the value, percentage value. The crop condition can be divided into various classes. It has been observed as satellite derived NDVI, that is the normalized difference vegetation indexes, and to assess the crop stage conditions, the crop growing conditions, how grow the crops. National Commission on Agriculture in 1976 broadly classified droughts into the following three types. First one is the meteorological droughts, second one is the hydrological droughts, and third one is the agricultural droughts. First one, meteorological droughts. It is a situation when there is a significant decrease in rainfall from the normal over an area. And hydrological droughts defines, this is the meteorological droughts if prolonged results in hydrological droughts with marked depletion of surface water and consequent drying up of inland water bodies such as lakes, reservoirs, streams, rivers, and fall in levels of the water tables, etc., by huge consumption of the water, surface water as well as groundwater. Okay. Now next one is the agricultural droughts. It occurs when soil moisture and rainfall are inadequate to support crop growth to maturity and cause extreme crop stress leading to the loss of yield. Okay. According to National Commission on Agricultural, socio-economic droughts is also defined. Socio-economic droughts is another aspect, that is the socio-economic droughts occurs when physical water shortage starts to affect the health, well-being and quality of the life of the people, or when the droughts starts to affect the supply and demand of an economical product. When droughts occur, then the living standard of is degraded, like fresh water consumption is very less. The availability of the fresh water is very less because the surface water as well as the groundwater is gone to very deep level, and this is the very important, that is the drought conditions, that is the socio-economic droughts. Now next one is the drought assessment. This is the drought assessment, how to drought assess. Drought assessments involves analysis of spatial and temporal water related data. Several methods were developed to assess the droughts quantitatively. Basically, droughts are assessed with reference to nature of water deficit, averaging period, tourniquetation level and recognition level approach over the year. In various indices have been developed to detect and monitor droughts. Okay. Now meteorological drought assessment. Meteorological drought assessments. Meteorological droughts in general implies the deficiency of the rainfall of such magnitude which would seriously affect the normal living of this society. However, many definitions are available based on the different truncations levels and base period to delineate the rainfall deficiency and droughts periods. Okay, here the widely used method for meteorological drought assessments are four types. First one is the Indian Meteorological Department. Second one is the Herbst methods. Third one is the aridity index, and fourth one is the Palmer's drought severity index. Okay, in Indian Meteorological Department, all data are collected to whole country, and this data to formulate and for any purposes, different purposes, like Indian Meteorological Department. Next one is the hydrological drought assessment. Hydrological drought assessment is understood with respect to low stream flows or water availability. Vast literature is available for the stochastics characterizations of droughts using stream flow data. Many researchers research in the hydrological drought assessments. Next one is the agricultural drought assessments. Agricultural drought assessments occurs when soil moisture and rainfall are inadequate during the growing season to support healthy crops growth to maturity and cause extreme crop stress and wilt. Wilt is the trees goes to death. Meteorological and hydrological droughts are concerned with rainfall, surface water and groundwater components of the hydrological cycle. That is, they are only supply oriented ones, whereas agricultural droughts is concerned with the availability of water to meet the crop water requirement. That is the crop water requirement. Now next one is the drought indices. A drought index value is a single number used for decision making. Drought indices are normally continuous functions of rainfall and our temperature of like river discharge or other measurable variables. That is the rainfall data are widely used to calculate drought indices because long term rainfall records are often available. Rainfall data alone may not reflect the spectrum of the droughts related conditions, and brief descriptions on drought indices which are grouped according to the surface of information used in their formulation, such as meteorological as well as hydrological and agricultural data. Now next one is the percentage normal. What is the percentage normal? It is calculated by dividing actual precipitation by normal precipitation, typically considered to be a 30-year means, and multiplying by 100%. This can be calculated for a variety of time scales. Usually these time scales range from single month to the group of months representing a particular season to annual of water or water year. Normally precipitation for a specific location is considered to be 100%. Now next one is the dry index. What is dry index? It gives the relationship between temperature and precipitation of a region and is given by dry index ID is equal to 56 log 120 into T divided by P, where T is the annual average temperature in degrees centigrade and P is the annual average precipitation in millimeter. The index becomes positive for dry climatic region and negative for moisture climatic conditions. Therefore, it can be classified in two arid. That is the dry index is greater than 72. This is arid extreme condition, and arid moderate condition if ID dry index in between 50 to 70, and arid mild if dry index is less than 50, according to the Nagarjan 2003. Palmer droughts severity indexes. The second one is indexes is the Palmer's severity indexes, and the next one is the standardized precipitation indexes. That is the next one is the by McKeetel in 1993. Now aridity index. What do you mean by aridity index? According to Subramanian 1964, developed a concept of droughts classification with the help of aridity index. That is it can be denoted in I suffix A. The aridity index is the percentage ratio of the water deficit with respect to water need. Therefore, aridity index is equal to water deficit upon water need. That equal to potential evapotranspiration minus actual evapotranspiration divided by potential evapotranspiration, then finding the aridity index of the given climate. Here climatic droughts classifications, that is the aridity index method. Departure of aridity index from normal and drought severity less than sigma by 2, no droughts, sigma by 2 to sigma moderate droughts, and sigma to sigma larger droughts greater than 2 sigma disastrous droughts, where sigma is the standard deviation of aridity indexes. Okay. Now surface water supply index, that is it is calculated for a river basin, stream flow, precipitation, and reservoir storage. It represents water supply conditions unique to such basin. Each basins or water requirement for any commodities of the given basins, hence interbasinal comparisons are not possible. Monthly precipitation data are collected and summed to cumulative data are formulated. Now next one is the crop moisture index. What is the crop moisture index? The crop moisture index is an index that used a meteorological approach to monitor week to week crop conditions. It was developed by Palmer 1968 from procedure within the calculation of the Palmer drought severity index. Now next one is the normalized difference vegetation index. The most commonly used index for droughts monitoring is NDVI, that is the normalized different vegetation index, whose value range between -1 to +1. A large NDVI index corresponds to areas of high evapotranspirations rates that represent dense vegetative covers, permeable soil, and substantial soil moisture. A small index value corresponds to areas having minimal evapotranspiration that represents bare ground or little vegetation, relatively impermeable soils, and minimal soil moisture. The expression for calculating NDVI is equal to NIR minus R divided by NIR plus R, where NIR and R are the reflectance in near infrared and red regions of all electromagnetic spectrum. But all difference different types of vegetation indexes, that is the ratio vegetation index, perpendicular vegetation index, wire adjustment, etc. That many types of the indexes are used. Now next one, very important, this is the very important, drought studies using remote sensing and GIS. Ajay and Baldev Sahi in 1986 have described the role of remote sensing as drought detection and its quantifications. How to calculate the droughts with the help of remote sensing, that is the GIS, Global Information System. GIS is a global information system. Different types of droughts have been discussed. It is stated that the steady rise in temperature, absence or the deficiency of rainfall over a fairly long period form the basic characteristics of droughts. In addition, the study provides the information on useful spectral bands and indices used for the assessment of droughts, like NDVI stress degree day, temperature stress day, and crop water stress index. The study concluded that the problem of droughts upon crop conditions assessment may use a hybrid approach, which uses both comparatively high resolution earth resources satellite data together with coarse resolutions meteorological satellite data. Simply, we all are known as the droughts is what the drought is are considered when the rain is not done. Proper rain is not working and the whole complete annual period, then we are called this year is goes to a drought condition, that is the in Hindi सूखा पड़ जाना. Okay, now the NDVI data derived from the NOAA AVHRR, this is the many satellites imagery data collection systems we are adopt to collect the drought conditions, drought data by with the help of GIS, global positioning system, global information systems, and this is the very important and very quick and very quickly we calculate the drought conditions occurred in which place occurs. Now the droughts occurs when the rainfall goes to very little quantity, very little amount, then they are called the droughts occur. Okay. Now the GIS studies of multi-criteria analysis and GIS here, according to Sandeep Goyal et al. 1999 has made an attempt to the use of multi-criteria evaluation techniques to evaluate the inter-class and intermap dependencies for groundwater resources evaluation in Ravasan and Pillai river watershed, which are tributaries of Ganga, and the individual class weights and map scores were determined using analytical hierarchy process, that is the AHP. These weights were applied in linear summations equations to obtain an unfilled unifilled weight map containing due weights of all input variables, which has further reclassified to arrive at groundwater potential zone map. Now we simply understand drought is what. Simple, when some decades continuously, some decades goes to no rain occur. No rain have the many decades. Therefore, these decades are called droughts decades. Droughty decades. Droughts decades. When rainfall is proper and much more precipitation is drawn on earth's surface, then the droughts is not occurs on the that particular region on the total complete earth. One time one place is droughty conditions, but another place is not drought conditions, which is coincidence to all places have a droughts crisis. Now in whole research, whole literatures, no any time, no any decades have to all over globe to fallen in a crisis of the droughts. Some places like China, like Australia, like some decades India, and so on. Now the history of droughts prone areas program. What is the history of droughts prone area program? This is the software technique. This is the some technique to calculate where the droughts prone area occur situated. The history of the droughts to be taken from the meteorological department at that particular city, that particular country, and we are collect the data of the droughts for the previous years, and we construct a program like the prone area programs. We call prone area programs, and they follow the irrigation and rainfall factors, that is the DPAP identification criteria, that is the DPAP criteria. Rainfall and irrigation factors, that is the decisions, 3 columns here: decision, annual rainfall, and irrigated area to net sown area. For exclusion of existing blocks, annual rainfall below 750 millimeter and above 750 millimeter. Irrigated area to be net sown area percentage is how much? Above 40% in the case of below 750 millimeter, and above 750 millimeter, above 30% of sown area are irrigated. And second one, the for inclusion of new blocks. For inclusion of new blocks, that is the below the annual rainfall is below 750 millimeter. Therefore, the irrigated sown area below 20%, and when the rainfall in between 750 to 1125 millimeter, therefore the irrigated sown area is below 15%, and when the rainfall is above 1125 millimeter, then therefore the irrigated sown area below 10%. Now administrative factors, the number of blocks to be covered in a districts should be more than 20% of the total blocks. Therefore, some states had not agreed to the exclusion of some areas, whereas a few states had even suggested the inclusion of new areas which they considered to be droughts prone while implementing the recommendation of the task force formulated in 1982 in India to uh, govern how to govern the droughts in that situations. Okay, now interdependent group, next one is the interdependental groups. An interdependental group on DPAP was set up in 1984 by the Department of Rural Development to examine the representations received uh, from the states for the purpose of inclusion and re-inclusion uh, of blocks under this programming. The interdepartmental group reviewed the critical adopted by the task force formulated in 1982 and made the following modifications, that is the block earlier included under DPAP should not be excluded, that is the less than 20% of the total number of blocks in the districts. Second one is the no new blocks should be included under DPAP if average annual rainfall is 1650 millimeter and above. And therefore the summary, a small summary about the droughts, the different classifications, definitions and the various methodologies for meteorological, hydrological and agricultural droughts assessments were reviewed, and the above reviewed has given a much greater understanding of the droughts and its characteristics. It also helped to have information and to perceive importance of the present scenario of the droughts problems by the analyzed in details. Okay, with the help of GIS system, GPS system, to collaborate to conclude to all over data over country drought data countries, and it is very easily formulate and calculate to where the drought condition, where is not drought conditions, and the smooth functioning all over country is very easy way.